Welcome to this episode of Cats in the Cradle podcast.
Yeah.
Different camera angle for the intro.
Oh yeah. You can see Josh's face.
Woo!
Or Dad's face better.
Not much to look at. Sorry to disappoint. Don't worry, it'll make more sense why it's here when you watch
The whole
ending.
thing. Yeah, you have to watch the whole thing.
This episode, we discuss a myriad of things. We talk about
Happiness.
Nevada versus Nevada.
Yeah, we talk about righty, tighty, lefty, loosey, or should it be with clock to unlock or and to unlock, unclock.
We also talk about
Submarines
when I'm going to die.
and somebody who thought that you were almost 50.
And then the lovely Doc R Haldeman joins us.
Yeah.
And honestly, she drops bombs of knowledge. I was going to say nuggets. There weren't even nuggets. Like, these were knowledge bombs.
Like bombs as big as this room.
If not bigger. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, we're just going to end it.
All right. Let's go. Brandon, hit it.
Oh, yeah!
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening. We love having you.
Yeah.
Johnny, happy day.
Oh, it is a happy day.
It is a happy day. It's a good day.
It's Sunday, actually.
For us, it's Sunday, but who knows what day it is for you guys?
Yeah. You could be listening, and it is the 5th of March.
What are you looking forward to?
Me?
Yeah.
For what? Just
Life.
Life?
Yeah, like anything exciting coming up in your world?
I'm looking forward to getting married in the future.
So you're going way out in the future.
Oh, like what? Like this summer? Tomorrow?
I mean, I know there's a lot of directions you could go with it, but yeah, sure. What do you look? I mean, like, to me, I think I've told you this before. Like, I feel like in life you should have things that you're looking forward to do in the near time, medium, and then like years out. Like years out for me, like, oh, I can't wait for retirement and what I'm going to be able to do then. But you should also be like, oh, I can't wait for this weekend what I'm going to be able to do, whatever.
Oh, it is the weekend.
It is, and tomorrow you don't have school.
Yeah, so I don't know what I'm looking forward to. I'm just gonna hang out with friends probably.
Good. That's better than the video game conundrum that you guys often find yourselves in.
Yeah, but I'm also probably looking forward in like future, like 4 years, 5 years, going on a mission.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
And then I'm also like even more like getting married, having kids. You know, being a billionaire, paying for a bunch of kindergarten's
college education.
Yeah, college education.
That one's gonna happen sooner than later, because
hopefully
because we are brought to you by Cinemark.
Yeah, get your movie pass today.
$10 a month, get a movie ticket, 20% off concessions.
Yeah.
What movie did you watch this past weekend? Did you watch anything?
I don't think so. I didn't watch anything.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, not bizarre, but it's kind of. That's kind of weird for you, maybe.
Yeah, I had a very eventful weekend though.
I watched on Netflix. I watched a movie. It's called Heat.
Heat.
1995.
Is it about the basketball team, the Heat?
It's not. No, to me, like some movies from the 90s, you like go back and watch and like that didn't hold. This one held up. Still pretty good.
Wait, what happens in it?
It's kind of like this story where there's a cop trying to chase these bad guys, but like you kind of sympathize in a way with the bad guys, like you kind of like them as characters, and anyway, they're bad guys. But,
yeah.
There's like a bank robbery scene that's pretty classic.
I want to make a movie that like makes you hate the main character. Like, end up just like everybody just starts hating the main character.
Like, I mean, so like the hero, they hate the hero?
Or I don't. And it's not
because kind of in the movie Joker. I know you probably haven't seen that movie, and I don't know if I can recommend it. If you're gonna watch it, like you got to watch the edited version because it's dark.
The rated R one.
Yeah. But they make the Joker the good guy.
I know. I haven't seen it, but I think they do that with a lot of movies. Like they show like the bad guy's perspective. Yeah,
and that's goes back to one of the things we've talked about before is the duality of man. And in trying to understand everybody's story and their perspective, and realizing like there are some people that are just bad.
Yeah, they're like in the wrong. But there's some people who are in the right, but at the time it looks like they're in the wrong.
Yeah, or they try to. You can justify the behavior based on the action because of the situation in which they were in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I don't know. I didn't watch a movie. I did the ice bucket challenge though. It was. I don't know. It was fine. It wasn't.
So I saw the video.
Yeah.
So your buddy filmed it.
Yeah.
And then he put it on Instagram, and then your buddy's dad forwarded me a screenshot of it.
Yeah.
And I know that water was probably cold. It was at least a little chilly outside.
It was
yesterday.
cold. Yeah, and it was windy outside too.
But there was like no ice.
Oh, all the ice melted.
Okay, so it was ice cold water with no ice.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but like we're like filling it. Like we're like, okay, we'll get all the ice, and we're getting it from his fridge or whatever. And then we're like filling it up, and then we're like climbing up the ladder, and then there's like no ice. There's like all the ice melts.
The thing I liked about it, that what you did versus your buddy. Now, when you poured it on your buddy, we'll put this on Spotify. When you were pouring it on your buddy,
Yeah.
you kind of missed a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But you still got a good amount of water on him.
And he wasn't expecting it too. He was like talking while.
Well, he was kind of cowering a little bit, like he didn't embrace it. But when you were doing it, like you're like, bro, give it to me, man.
Yeah. He wasn't expecting it. I think that's why.
Okay, it's like, so did he do a countdown for you?
No, there was no countdown at all. He was like, cause like he was like, I was nominated by whoever, and then he was like he was about to say something else. He's like, I don't know. But then I just dumped it on him. I was like, this is taking too long.
Was any money raised in the ice bucket challenge you guys did last night?
No. Is there usually money raised?
So that's kind of like a few years ago. That's how it was. Like it was this fundraising thing where, I don't even know what the nonprofit it was supporting, but people were like, hey, I'll pay you $10 if you get this, this ice challenge or whatever. And
I would do that.
So people would do money, but they would donate it to a cause.
Oh.
So it wasn't like, some kid making $150 because he got a bunch of ice on him. It was like, you're gonna do this. I'll pay you money so that you can then donate it to the Rabies Foundation or something.
Yeah. They
Run for the cure.
Yeah, Michael Scott ran for the cure of rabies.
And they gave it to science. They gave the check to science.
Yeah.
It's a great episode of The Office if you don't know what we're talking about.
What's it called? What's the episode called?
Probably Fun Run or Rabies Run or
yeah, Fun Run. I think that's what it is.
You have a couple things you want to talk about, buddy.
Yeah, I want to talk about righty tighty, lefty loosey real quick.
Yeah. Okay. What do you got on that?
So righty tighty, right?
Sure.
So righty tighty, or I don't know which way it goes, but look, if it's like clockwise or whatever, it's always gonna end up going left and right.
No.
Yeah. Because like you're twisting it,
dude,
and when you're twisting it, it goes up, like it goes up left, and then it starts coming back down right, and then goes up left. Yes.
No.
Yeah.
We don't have a clock in here to show you. I probably have a phone watch or something.
No, look, it's like if you're like it goes like it starts at the top.
I understand what you're saying,
and it goes down, and then once
it's always traveling in that direction. No, it's always traveling in the right direction.
Yeah, but how do you know which way is right?
So you're looking at the top of the screw, and when you turn it to the right. You're not looking at the bottom. The bottom, you're looking at the top.
Well, I don't know. The righty tighty, lefty loosey is just stupid,
Okay, then what's your alternative?
Well, how do you know? I don't know. I don't know. Just clockwise.
If you're using your fingers, so you want
clockwise and counterclockwise.
Clockwise tight, counterclockwise loose.
Yeah.
See, that doesn't have a ring to it.
Okay, well then we'll do clockwise.
Because if you have a screwdriver, you're like, I'm turning it to the right.
Like revving it. No, that's not revving it.
That'd be revving it. The other one is I'm braking or whatever. I don't know. We don't know. We're not a motorcycle family.
Yeah, no, that's stupid.
You can't dog righty tighty lefty loosey without a better alternative.
I don't know. I was just thinking clockwise and counterclockwise.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. Right now, live on the podcast, we're gonna ask ChatGPT to give us a better alternative to righty tighty lefty loosey.
Well, it just in the moment, it didn't make sense to me at all.
Give me a better alternative to righty tighty lefty loosey. This is gonna happen right now.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, this is This might be. It didn't. It says it didn't make sense to me at all. Is what
Okay.
It says.
Well, tell it like just poop you.
No, we're gonna try this again because we're not gonna leave this one. We're not gonna leave this. All right, hold on. Give me a better alternative to righty tighty, lefty loosey. All right, it's thinking. It's going at it right now. It is right now calculating this right before our eyes.
Dang.
Clockwise to lock, counter to release.
That is not. That is worse. That is way worse.
But that's why you have righty tighty, lefty loosey.
Oh, clockwise would be.
Clock to lock. How about that? Clock
Right.
to lock.
Clock to lock. That is kind of. It's kind of catchy.
Counter to bounter.
I like it. Okay.
You got clock to lock, and then you're like, well, I want to unlock. Then unclock.
Yeah. Oh, unclock to unlock. But I have also something else to talk about.
All right. Okay. So we're putting a thing together, and you're like, okay, wait, which way do I do to tighten it? Do I have to say clock to lock?
Yeah.
Or do I
clock
say
to
righty
lock.
tighty, lefty loosey?
Clock to lock.
Clock to lock, brother.
And unclock to unlock. But okay, basically.
Dude, there's times where I'm like, you are a genius. Like, that's so funny and so smart and so creative. Like earlier today, you and Luna were walking around with a Walkman.
Yeah.
Shout out to Luna. And it was just funny, like watching you guys like be silly with this, old school from the 80s Walkman.
Yeah.
That's super funny. I'm like, dude, this guy's going places. He's creative. He can make it.
Yeah.
And then you're like, dude, righty tighty, lefty loosey is the dumbest thing ever. It needs to be clock to lock. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, are you going to be the richest man in the world, or are you going to be living in my house your entire life? Like, I can't figure it out.
Yeah, it's going. It's like I'm like on the wall tilting.
And here's what'll you'll end up being like one of the richest people in the world, but you'll like live like you're homeless.
Yeah. Speaking of homeless, check out my new slippers. If you're watching on Spotify, they are very awesome.
So those things have some years on them. I know because they used to be mine.
Yeah, they are awesome, extremely comfortable. I feel like I'm homeless.
Are they comfortable?
They're actually. It's fine. It's like it's not uncomfortable. It's I don't know.
Okay.
But,
All right. What's your second axe to grind?
Okay, so like inventions, like people are like going crazy, on inventions like light bulb, like it, like every like imagine glass with fire inside, but you don't have to use fire.
You don't have to use fuel. It doesn't burn your house down. It can provide light for hours, like for hundreds of hours, thousands of hours. Yeah, that's crazy.
Now think of this: a boat that sinks and shoots missiles underwater.
Yeah, it's a submarine.
Like I know, but like the thought of that, like okay, we're gonna make a boat that sinks. Like that is the dumbest. Like
you can submerge, then unsubmerge.
Yeah, that's like the dumbest like thought process ever.
I mean, you say that until all of a sudden you're inside in a submarine and you're like, "Whoa,
This is crazy!" And then
yeah,
you just shoot the enemy submarine.
yeah." I mean, there's a couple things where you're like, we're thankful for these inventions, but you're also thankful that you were not part of the creative crew.
Yeah,
Like, who's the first person to go up in a hot air balloon?
I don't know.
Like, think about how terrifying that would be. Like, how do we get down? I don't know. Keep pulling the fire. You're like, no. You got to stop with the fire. Every time we pull, we go higher.
And also, you're like, drop the fire. You're like, oh my gosh, and you're just falling.
Yeah, I mean, because you can't just not do any fire because then I don't think you have enough air in the balloon. So it's like this delicate balance between how much fire you're firing up in there.
Also, like, doesn't too much helium like get you like?
So it's not a helium balloon.
No. I know. But too much helium like messes with your brain and gets you dizzy and stuff.
Well, there you go. I mean, like, we're appreciative of meds. What about these poor schlubs that had to like test them out?
Also, no, not that. Wait, you're going in the wrong direction. Blimp, like, a blimp. Everybody's inside with helium. They're like,
Is it a helium? I don't know.
It is.
How do you know this?
I was learning about it in history. World War I.
You're sure it's helium?
I mean, how else does it float?
We're gonna go to ChatGPT
Again? Oh my gosh! Two times in one
blimps
episode.
use helium.
This is a world war.
We might have a new sponsor here. Yes, modern blimps use helium.
Told you.
Helium is preferred because it's non-flammable, unlike hydrogen, which was used in early airships like the Heidenberg, and was highly flammable.
Yep.
So old ones didn't use helium; they used hydrogen.
I told you. I literally told you. That's all I got though. That's everything.
All right, we were talking about something earlier. Nevada versus Nevada.
Oh yeah.
Where do you live?
I live in Nevada.
And if somebody says, "Oh, are you from Nevada?" How would you react to that?
I say, where's that?
Yeah, so I think I can't remember when this came up. We were driving somewhere,
Yeah.
and I think I told you that like we were having a vendor call at work, and somebody's like, "Yeah," and even if you're out, doing loans in Nevada, and I interrupted him like immediately. I said, "I'm not familiar with that place. Could you please explain to me?"
Yeah.
And like clearly I live in Nevada, and clearly I know
Yeah.
that people can say Nevada.
But clearly they are saying it wrong.
And so anyway, I just the guy was like, kind of had this puzzled look. I said it's pronounced Nevada, and he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." I said, "Thank you."
Yeah.
But I remember I went to a comedy show with Jerry Seinfeld long time ago.
No way. You
Way.
were doing comedy with
I was
Jerry
doing stand-up
Seinfeld.
comedy with Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
The guy from the B movie?
the guy from the B
The
movie,
guy from Seinfeld?
the guy from Seinfeld, same guy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we shared an auditorium.
Whoa.
I was sitting in the seat while he was standing, but we were like, it was a team. It was a team effort.
You're doing sit down comedy. He's doing stand up
Like
comedy.
without me laughing at his jokes, there would be no reason to go.
Wait.
So that's why we
were
were
you
tag team.
cracking any?
I mean, to the people around me, sure. Anyway,
Wait.
he says, "Hey, great to be here in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada." Somebody from the audience yells, "Nevada!" And he goes, "Oh yeah, because that sounds better, Nevada." And I'm like, honestly, it is kind of true. Like Nevada sounds better than Nevada.
I disagree with you. I would, if when he says Nevada, I would get up and leave.
And some people did.
Actually?
I had tomatoes and I went to throw it. I missed.
Dang.
It
You
exploded.
hit the
I hit Renee.
security guard.
Security guard.
Yeah, he's like, who the heck? And you're
I
like, hey,
hate
can you hold
tomatoes."
these tomatoes real quick? I got to go to the bathroom.
So anyway, that's my take on Nevada versus Nevada.
Yeah, but like, if you say Nevada, right? No, if you say Nevada, say Nevada. I feel, but you said something that actually like sparked my ignition in my brain.
Hold on, which nation?
Ignition.
Ignorant, like ignorant nation. What are you talking about?
Ignition.
Ignition.
Ignition. It sparked it in my brain, and you said, like when the Spanish were naming Nevada, they were like Nevada. You know, they're not like.
Yeah, it's Nevada is more of the Spanish pronunciation than Nevada. Like, so one of the things I like to so I speak Spanish.
No way.
And every now and then I like to joke around and I'll do like Spanish with like a Texas twang.
Like,
hola, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué quieres hacer hoy? Vamos a tener un buen tiempo haciendo
It's
lo que queremos hacer.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like nobody speaks like that.
Yeah.
But
Nobody speaks like that.
it'd be kind of funny if they did.
That'd be awesome. You go down to Texas and you're like, hey, can you help me to the bathroom? And
Amigo, necesito ayuda.
no.
¿Dónde está el baño?
Yeah. No baño. No baño.
Hermano, el baño, ¿dónde está?
Hermana. Baño. ¿Dónde está?
So, yeah. So I think technically it is Nevada.
I don't know.
No, I do know. I'm telling you, it's Nevada.
But is it though?
No, it is.
How would you know?
Because it's a Spanish word.
Who named it?
The Spaniards. That's why it's Nevada. And that's Las Vegas. It's a Spanish word.
What does it mean?
The Meadows.
Actually.
Yeah, so
there's nothing meadowy about Las Vegas.
so
I hate to tell you.
so down by the Spring Preserve,
Hmm?
there's a natural meadow. Kind of like how Floyd Lamb State Park is. There's a natural meadow there as well.
Wait, hold it. Is that the place with the big rock jump?
No. Nope, not at all.
No.
You're talking about the pump?
The Spring Preserve.
Spring Preserves. I don't know about a rock jump there.
We used to go.
Grandma Debbie loves taking you guys there. At least she did years ago.
Yes, I remember. I know that now.
It's down by the Meadows Mall,
Oh my.
Las Vegas, the Meadows.
Yeah, that place used to be so awesome. Now it's died down.
All right. there was a commercial during the Super Bowl. So the Super Bowl, they have these big ads that are like millions of dollars, and then they have a couple of small spots reserved for local businesses, industry, whatever.
I think we already talked about this.
I don't know if we talked about this. We've talked about this, but I don't think with our friends we've talked about this.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, there's a commercial for Demopolis Law.
Oh, and
Not a sponsor.
We love Demopolis Law, not a sponsor though.
No, I don't think we even loved Demopolis. I don't think we do.
After the commercial, we
No,
loved
we
them.
definitely didn't. We did not love it afterwards at all.
Hypothetically, we loved them.
So this guy, I got to put a link to this somehow. So he had a minute-long ad on the local ad section where he basically
told the world that he's Batman.
He's Batman. He thinks he's Batman.
Yeah.
I went to a fine dining restaurant a little while ago.
And you saw Batman.
And I saw him there.
No
he
way.
was not. He was under the Bruce Wayne. He wasn't in the Batman costume.
What'd you say to him?
I didn't say anything because, I mean, what do you say to something like that? Like, hey, that was a really cool commercial you did. That
you don't say that. You say, excuse me, can I get your autograph, Bruce Wayne?
You're like, hey, dude, the city needs a hero, and I think it's you.
Yeah,
Like
I just saw somebody get mugged in the alleyway over there.
Like literally that. Like this guy is an accident injury law attorney, and he thinks he's Batman.
And also, he was speeding on the highway.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty cool car he was in.
It didn't show any.
I think it was a Corvette.
No, not a Corvette.
You don't think so? Maybe it's like a Maserati or something.
No, I think it was
A DeLorean.
No, there's no way it was DeLorean. I think it was like
a Cybertruck.
Oh yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, obviously.
I know you love those Cybertrucks.
No, but like people hate the G-Wagons, and I actually don't hate them. I actually think they look good.
So what I don't understand is, I mean, I don't. It's like a status symbol, but I don't understand necessarily why.
What is status?
Like, it's cool because it's a G-Wagon, but it may not necessarily. If it wasn't a Mercedes, it probably wouldn't be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. But I don't like the black ones. I like the blue ones, like light blue. Like, I saw a light blue one next to the beach, and I was like, that is awesome.
Like, there's some. I mean, there's cars that. So like Land Rovers and Range Rovers. Okay, both those are cars that have some swag status symbol associated with it.
What?
Yeah, they do. Just trust me on this. And they break down all the time. Jaguars, same thing. Like Jaguars break down all the time. Like I just don't understand the love affair with some of these cars.
Yeah, I don't know. Cars are awesome though.
I mean, yeah, it beats the alternative.
Yeah, I actually like so. Before, I didn't like cars at all. Then I started liking old cars, and now I'm starting to like more modern cars.
And I think you like more old people that drive cars.
Actually?
Well, why wouldn't you like old people that drive cars?
Now that I think about it, I think I do. No, I'm just joking.
Like, I'm an old person. I drive a car. Do you like me?
You're not old. You're at halfway through your life.
So,
like almost halfway.
I probably am halfway. I'm probably more than halfway.
No.
So, somebody who's very close to us gave me a birthday card a couple weeks ago, and they were under the impression that I was turning 50 next year.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not turning 50 next year.
I think I know actually who.
My brother's turning 50 next year.
I know who gave you that card.
Yeah, I do too. Should we give a shout out?
Let's not. We'll give a shout out, but we won't say if there was the person that gave the card.
Okay, go ahead, shout him out.
Is it Grandma Joyce?
I don't know if that is, but we can give her a shout out.
Oh.
Shout out to Grandma Joyce. We love you.
Then I don't know who gave you the card.
Oh, you certainly do, because it was that same person.
Oh.
We love her though. Like, we love her.
Oh yeah, we love you,
like,
Grandma.
dude, like, I mean, this is step number 5 that she has to work on to that end goal.
Because I remember I was looking through your window and I see this card. I see 49. I'm like, hey, wait a minute.
What's going on here?
That's why I said you're halfway through your life, basically.
Yeah, basically I'm there.
How old do you think you're gonna live to?
My life, I'm gonna be real for a second. Like, I'm kind of sarcastic with this, but I'm also like, I'm being dead serious.
Yeah.
My life has been so wonderful. Like, I'm being 100%. I love my life.
Yeah.
Sometimes the hardest part of my life, I'm not even gonna say what it is because it's so embarrassing. But my life is so good. I love my wife. I love all of my kids. Being a grandpa is the best. I got a good job. I love playing tennis. I love working out. I have like one real regret in my life.
What?
Getting the COVID vaccine. But other than that, like I just love. I know.
Wait, why?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But my life has been great, and so because of that, part of me has this legitimate fear that I'm just gonna one day just a heart attack's just gonna take me away, or I'll get hit by a bus or whatever.
Like Will Ferrell in that one movie.
Like Will Ferrell in that one movie. But that being said, I could see myself living to mid to upper 80s, maybe 90, but I don't want to go much. As long as I'm healthy, I want to be around. But if I get to the point where like, I'm always injured, or like mentally, like if I have amnesia or not amnesia, if you have like apparently Alzheimer's.
What is that?
It's like when you basically don't remember people or faces.
Wait, why'd you point to me?
Because I was having an amnesic moment trying to remember the name of Alzheimer's. So if I get to that point, like, then I just don't want to be around. I guess I wouldn't care.
I thought it was Alzheimer's.
No, it should be old timers. Like old timers would make sense, but it's Alzheimer's.
I thought it was Alzheimer's. Like,
it's not.
Like all timers.
All hits all the time. All timers.
Get Alzheimer's today at your local pharmacy.
But anyway, so life is good. Like and I don't know if like my life is good because like I'm have like a Pollyanna attitude towards it of like, no, it's all going to work out. Or I don't know if my life is good just because it really is good.
Yeah.
But it genuinely, like, I love life. I love all the challenges and obstacles and exciting things that go on.
One I was thinking about,
Sure
I don't know, there was like a scripture somewhere, but it was talking about people who were living in or whatever, and some people were living to like 400.
Yeah, it's old school, Old Testament stuff there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck?
And part of me, I don't know if like their timekeeping methodology was different.
Yeah.
Or if they literally, because there was less toxins and pollutants or whatever, that they were able to live longer. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But they also would get diseases.
I mean, it happens. And so speaking of diseases, let's talk about our next sponsor.
Doc R Haldeman,
Yep.
LLC.
Bringing you happiness.
Healing.
And
health.
In
a myriad of ways. You can contact her at 702-258-7860.
In fact, speaking of the good old Doc, I'll say that number one more time.
702-258-7860.
We're going to bring her in real quick. And so let's just bring in Doc R Haldeman. All right. Welcome, Doc R Haldeman.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so we were talking this last week, and you had told me of a couple of patients where you were just killing it.
Yes, there was a couple patients that came in the past week, 2 weeks that we had really quick and great success and very exciting. One of them was a woman who she came in with extreme dizziness and nausea because of that dizziness, the vertigo. So it's the feeling that like the room is spinning, everything around you, like you're on a rocking ship, and you feel it. She was feeling very nauseated because of this.
How long had it been lasting?
It had gotten worse over the weekend, so she came to me earlier in the week, and but then she had to get on an airplane 2 days later, so that was a one shot for her. She was, but come to find out, she's in a circumstance where she's an owner of a business it's successful, it's quite busy. She's trying to sell it and trying to prepare the business for sell. And she's just under a lot of stress, and then she had to go to town. All this stuff's going on, so she was desperate. I just had her get on the treatment table, place the acupuncture points according to the symptoms that she was describing, and said, "Good luck to you." So she came back when she got back into town. She came back as soon as she could. It was the following week, and she said that she had tremendous relief, and that just the night before, she just felt like she was on a little bit of a rocking boat. So she did have some symptoms start coming back. So it was one of those situations that everybody wants to have, where you're like, hallelujah, like it was a complete turnaround of her symptoms. And so I had been treating her previously. The last time I actually gave her acupuncture was, I think it was almost a full year at that point. So anyway, I recommended for her to come in, monthly or quarterly, but you don't really have to, but it's a fantastic way to keep you in a place where you don't have to experience that kind of a thing. Especially, when you're in that circumstance, when you have a very demanding responsibility at your work or in your home life, it really, really helps to manage your stress. So that was very exciting.
Good. So would you say it's kind of like a car? You don't necessarily have to change the oil, but at some point, if you don't, there's going to be some breakdowns and some blockage and some issues.
Yeah, I think so.
I actually like when I go to the beach and whatever, and like you're in the waves and stuff, like when you come home and you're laid down, like and you're laying, it just feels like, and you feel like you're like still there. I actually love that.
Oh, so you still feel like you're out on the ocean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be that you've got water in your ears, and that causes a little bit of, dizziness too. So there's a couple of things that could be happening. You just are feeling that sensation, and it feels almost like you're in utero, like you're a baby in there, where it feels, this feels so good. But it also could be that you have sand and water in your ears that's causing you to have that dizziness too. So there could be a couple of different things.
I love it. I love it.
Well, and knowing Jonathan,
And I love you.
knowing Jonathan, there's sand in every crevice that he potentially can
Yes.
have.
Yes.
When you said that you're in whatever, but that reminds me of a Simpsons episode when Homer doesn't he is having a dream that he's in the womb and
Yes.
and then
He's swimming, doing flips.
and then he's getting pulled out of the womb and he's like no, and then it's just and then he wakes up and it's Marge. He's like, Homer, it's time to go to church.
Is it womb or is it womb?
Womb, I think I mispronounced. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's womb. WOMB, womb.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, there was somebody else you were telling us about.
There was a gentleman that came in before he came to see me. He was chatting with Dr. Fow on the phone just to consult, what should I do? Where should I start? And Dr. Fow happened to email me briefly. He said, hey, do you treat gastroparesis? I said, yes, I do. There's been one patient that we didn't have success with, but all of my other patients that I've had, probably, a couple handfuls.
So we need to define gastro.
Okay, gastroparesis. Okay,
Gastroparesis.
yes.
It's a Prius that uses too much gas.
So there's gastro is the stomach, the digestive system. Paresis is like it's like a stopping. Peristalsis is where your food moves through the system. So paresis is where it doesn't move. It just stays there. So basically, he would eat food and he would be satisfied way too early, like he's not getting enough bulk, enough quantity of calories and food. So he lost 30 pounds in the last couple of months.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of belching and just upset nausea. He said that was the main problem for him, was nausea. He felt very nauseated pretty much all the time. So anyway, Dr. Fow said, go try. Dr. Haldeman, the acupuncture would be a good place to start. Because this gentleman has a very demanding schedule where he can only be here. He's not sure when he's coming, and he has a home here, and there, and he's not sure when he's going to come. So he can get on my schedule last minute, within the week. It's not difficult to get an appointment to come see me. And so it was a good place to start with Dr. Fow. You have to wait a couple of weeks to get on his schedule. He has a limited time. Anyway, so he came in, took his case, interviewed him, and treated him according to his symptoms. And he came back 2 days later, and I asked him, give me a rating, 10 being the worst, discomfort, nausea, early satiation that you've experienced. And he gave me a number, 8 to 9. Which is horrible. Sounds terrible. And then I said, okay, so now what is it? He said, half that, 4 or 5 out of 10. I said, a 50% improvement is
amazing.
Wonderful.
That's great.
Yeah. So anyway, I just gave him a second treatment on Thursday, and so he'll be back on Monday or Tuesday or something like that to see where he's landing. So
Awesome.
to
Oh,
make
yeah.
sure we're keeping it up.
That's what I call success.
Yeah.
All right, so this one might be too big of a chunk to bite off right now. Yesterday, we're walking around Costco and we were talking. I know that we all come across different people in our lives that are dealing with mental health issues. And, you were visiting somebody in a mental health hospital and just kind of, had some comments on some of the things that you had seen. I know that it's not always an easy answer, but talk to us about what homeopathy can do with the mental health arena.
Homeopathy is a medicine. It means the homeo portion of it means like. So basically, there are several different substances, thousands of them that are prepared. They're basically, if you take a substance in its raw form, for instance, coffee, and dilute it 100 times 100, like it's ridiculous. It's like a lot. The dilution is so much that it's basically like it's not in there, but it is the energy of it. So it causes the body, homeopathy causes the body to aggravate to a certain level, to activate the internal healing system, to cure the body. So that might be clear as mud. So I hope it's understandable, at least a little bit. So essentially, the body is in a holding pattern and in the symptoms and cannot cure itself because of that state of symptomology. So this adding the homeopathic remedy lifts the body to a higher level of this, the symptom to cause the body to start healing itself. And so essentially in mental health, it is very difficult to treat, especially the chronic cases. Ones where you get into a stressful circumstance and all of a sudden you have suicidal ideology. That's usually easier to cure. But ones where you've gone through puberty and all of a sudden you're 35 years old, and ever since you went through puberty you've had these mental health struggles or what have you, whatever stressor it is that causes you to be, and it's decades later, that's more challenging to treat. However, there were several of the patients that were in this facility. It's just very heartbreaking to see that they are there in the kind of the normal treatment pattern of Western medicine, and they're medicated. They're in a place where you can't get to anything to harm yourself or hurt yourself. But the truth is that I love homeopathy in that you can completely change your body chemistry into your natural self before you got into that stressful, event that caused this perpetuation, whether it's puberty, whether it's a job change, whether it's a season change, whatever it is that causes this, whether it's a death in the family, your husband cheated on you and left you, or whatever it was, that stressed your body out, that this can take you back to your natural, healthy state. And so I wish that I could have made an announcement in that visiting center. Has everybody heard of homeopathy in here? Acupuncture is very helpful too, but that is 100% a place that you want to go. People with autistic family members, that is a wonderful resource. This mental health issues with suicidal ideology, there are specific remedies that say people who have a desire to shoot themselves with a gun, that is a couple of handful of different remedies. People who have a desire to jump off the building top, or drowning, or running a car into a pole, like all of those are very, very specific, and there's homeopathic remedies for that specifically, and it is a resource. It's a very powerful resource that I wish more people knew about.
Awesome. I know we were talking, in addition to that, and we've talked a lot about this, but the diet and what we bring in also, it's what you put in bad fuel, you're going to have a bad running car. Mm-hmm. And so the same's true if we're not eating good foods, then it's just going to clog us up. And I think some people are more susceptible to that than others, but regardless if we're not eating good foods, good meats, good drinks, all those things, that we're going to start seeing some issues.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What happens if you put good fuel into a bad car? Like literally.
I don't know. I don't know much about engines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Do you know what happens?
like, what do you, I mean? Is there a
Like-
car that has a
like-
broken down engine or something
No,
like that? or?
what's like the worst type of fuel?
Well, so there's different octanes, and so like a race car will run like 110 octane or whatever.
Well, no, like-
whereas like the octane you get for mom's car is 87, and so if you put 87 octane, I got like that one time I had the Porsche. I borrowed a Porsche for a weekend.
What?
You were a little kid. We had a Porsche for the weekend.
I
Convertible?
thought it was a Ferrari.
It wasn't. Sorry, it was a Ferrari. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. And so, anyway,
By the way, I did not touch that car. I was like,
Wait, why not?
because I'm a weirdo.
So somebody who had driven that Ferrari prior to had put normal gas in there. They didn't put the premium, and so eventually it caused engine issues where it had to be.
So what happens if you put premium in a car? That's
Allegedly, it'll get a little bit better gas mileage.
Would you look at that, folks?
Would you look at that, folks?
That is the moral of the story. Put premium in your car.
If you have any other mechanical or car related questions, please contact Doc R Haldeman.
Yeah.
Please don't.
All right, thank you for joining us,
Yeah. Thanks, Doc.
Johnny. Is there anything else we want to discuss before we hang up?
No.
Everyone, thank you for listening. We always love having you.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Cats in the Cradle podcast out.
Oh yeah!
Cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man on the moon.
Oh yeah!
Hello.
Hello!
Welcome to the Cats in the Cradle podcast.
Hello!
Hello.